We shall all remain standing to start off with the national anthem. The anthems.
Kindly allow me to invite Bishop Charles Nganga to offer an opening prayer.
Almighty God, we gather with gratitude as Gretsa University receives its charter. Today we consecrate the instruments of authority, the mace, the log, and the seal. Bless the mace, a symbol of leadership and academic integrity. May it guide all who bear it to act with wisdom, justice, and service. Bless the logo, the identity of the institute. May it stand as a beacon of excellence, unity, and innovation. Bless the seal, sign of official authority and authenticity. May it affirm truth, credibility, and the highest standards in all university affairs. Lord, as Gretsa University advances quality education through digital transformation for an inclusive society, grant us strength, integrity, and vision. Bless our leaders, staff, students, and all who support this mission. We dedicate these instruments and the university to your guidance, to your glory. In the name of God the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen.
Your Excellency and all honored guests, you may kindly take your seats. Your Excellency, this state ceremony is convened under the authority of Section 19 of the Universities Act, Chapter 210 of the Laws of Kenya, for the singular purpose of awarding a university charter to Gretsa University. Your Excellency, sir, the history of Gretsa University dates back to November 2000, when the sponsor of the university, Accreditation Enterprise Limited, submitted an application to the then Commissioner for Higher Education to establish a public university. The application was submitted by Mr. James Kamunge, the chair of the organizing committee of the proposed university, on behalf of the sponsor. Sir, the initial application envisaged Gretsa University as a university with a broad academic focus, including business, information technology, hospitality and management, cosmetology, law, arts, science, and specialized agriculture. The proposed university was to start with 14 academic programs spread through the different academic fields. Evaluation of the submissions by the proposed university started in earnest, and by May 2001, the proposed institution had already received evaluation reports from the Commission. Your Excellency, sir, the proposed institution was advised to scale down the ambitious academic focus, and eventually it submitted a final proposal with 3 bachelor's programs, namely Bachelor of Science in Computer Science, Bachelor of Business Administration, and Bachelor of Science in Hospitality Management. Your Excellency, following the comprehensive review of documents of the proposed university, the then Commission for Higher Education undertook the first technical inspection of the proposed institution in August 2001, followed by another one in 2002. After a final inspection of March 2006, Gretsa University was granted letter of interim authority in May 2006, completing 5 years of pre-accreditation process. Gretsa University opens its doors to students in September 2006, offering the 3 approved degree programs. Sir, between 2006 and 2015, Gretsa University continued to develop new programs and admit students, while at the same time interacting with the Commission on Quality Matters. In 2012, when the University Act was enacted, the letter of interim authority of Gretsa assumed a tenure of 4 years with effect from December 2012 by dint of Section 16 of the Act. The letter of interim authority lapsed in 2016 and renewed for another 4 years up to 2020. It was renewed for a further and final time in August 2021. Meanwhile, the university had applied for award of charter in February 2015 and paid the requisite fees. By this time, the university had 5 approved programs and a student enrollment of 1,000. Your Excellency, the university was not granted charter at this time, principally because it had not established the seat of the university. Gretsa University was inspected by the Commission in 2015 and 2021, during which it was guided on the specific issues it needed to address in order to meet minimum requirements for charter. In a final inspection of January 2025, the university was found to have met these minimum requirements in key areas and recommended for award of charter to offer the following 7 programs: Bachelor of Science in Hospitality Management, Bachelor of Commerce, Bachelor of Arts in Community Development, Bachelor of Education Arts, Bachelor of Science in Computer Science, Bachelor of Science in Hospitality, and Bachelor of Science in Hospitality and Tourism Management. Your Excellency, a university charter is the highest form of accreditation that a university can receive in Kenya. Today, Gretsa University earns this distinction, guided and assessed by the Commission for Higher Education, or for University Education, the national regulator of higher education. Sir, to begin the formal act of charter conferment, may I request you, Your Excellency, to take your position in the presidential ceremonial desk. Your Excellency, with your kind permission, sir, may all sit down. With your kind permission, sir, in witnessing the presidential execution of the charter, may I now invite the Cabinet Secretary for Education and both the chairperson and the CEO of the Commission for University Education to witness this historic moment. Your Excellency, permit me also to invite Dr. Margaret Nyokabi Mbogwa, the sponsor, the Chancellor, the Vice Chancellor, and the Chairperson of the University Council to join Your Excellency in witnessing the presidential execution of the Charter, and they will come and stand by your left side. Your Excellency, may I now call upon the State House Legal Counsel to present the charter documents for your presidential assent. The signed charter shall remain displayed at the presidential ceremonial desk. Your Excellency the President, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, you may now kindly take your seats. Your Excellency, sir, I now invite the Chief Executive Officer of the Commission for University Education to proceed with the second segment of this afternoon's ceremony.
Thank you very much, Your Excellency. I will take us through the next part of this ceremony, and I'll begin by reading the announcement. This is the announcement by the Secretary to the Commission for University Education on the occasion of the award of charter to Gretsa University. On behalf of the Commission for University Education, and in accordance with the Universities Act, Cap 210 of the laws of Kenya, I wish to confirm that Sagret Educational Enterprises Limited wishes to establish Gretsa University, situated in Murang'a County in the Republic of Kenya. The said Gretsa University has applied to the Commission for University Education for the grant of a charter in the manner prescribed under the Universities Act, Cap 210 of the laws of Kenya. The Commission for University Education has visited and inspected the said institution and is satisfied that the objects of Gretsa University are consistent with the advancement of university education in Kenya. The Cabinet Secretary for Education is satisfied that Gretsa University be granted charter and has submitted the said charter to His Excellency the President with the recommendations thereon. His Excellency the President is satisfied that granting of the charter to Gretsa University will be of benefit to the advancement of university education in Kenya and has therefore agreed to award charter to Gretsa University. Your Excellency, sir, I now would like to invite the Chairman, Commission for University Education, Professor James Onyango Awino, to make his remarks. Welcome, Chairman.
Your Excellency, the President of the Republic of Kenya, Dr. William Samoei Ruto, Cabinet Secretary for Education, Honorable Migos Ogamba, Governors and Deputy Governors present, Honorable Members of Parliament present, esteemed members of the University, Council, Management, and Faculty of Cresta University, dear students, alumni, and esteemed guests, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning. Every great university starts with a vision, but turning that vision into reality requires guidance, oversight, and standards you can trust. That is where the Commission for University Education comes in. Your Excellency, as the Commission for University Education, our role is to ensure that every university in Kenya meets the highest possible standards of quality, relevance, and sustainability. From guiding in the establishment of the university, accrediting academic programs, to guiding institutions in aligning curricula with market needs, we safeguard the integrity of the university education while preparing our young people to thrive in a knowledge-driven economy. This occasion, therefore, is not merely ceremonial for us. It reflects Gretsa University's steadfast commitment to academic excellence. integrity, and societal contribution. It demonstrates the university's dedication to producing graduates who are not only knowledgeable, but also equipped to meet the dynamic challenges of our world. Today, as we confer the university charter to Gretsa University, we acknowledge that institution's commitment to the adherence to academic standards, research, and innovation, and its contributions to community development. We celebrate the institution and applaud them for the journey with us to ensure this is achieved. Gretsa University has demonstrated that with vision, dedication, and integrity, it is possible to build an institution that not only imparts knowledge, but also shapes the future of our nation. Your Excellency, the Commission for University Education has continued to experience critical staff shortages, as highlighted in the recent report by the National Assembly's Departmental Committee on Education following their visit to CUE in October 2025. We, however, wish to acknowledge with sincere gratitude the government's recent approval allowing the Commission to begin recruiting new staff. This marks significant progress, and we thank the government through the Cabinet Secretary for Education. We are hopeful, Your Excellency, that the moratorium will be fully lifted to allow the Commission to fill all the remaining critical positions to strengthen our capacity for effective regulatory oversight, quality assurance, and research promotion, as well as ensure a smooth transition to competency-based education and training in our universities. Finally, Your Excellency, on behalf of the Commission for University Education, I extend heartfelt congratulations to Gretsa University. May this achievement inspire other institutions to strive for excellence and contribute to Kenya's vision for a knowledge-based economy. Charters are not handed out lightly. They are earned through vision, hard work, and strict adherence to standards. Gretsa University has proven it is ready not just in words, but in action. And today, we celebrate this achievement together. Thank you, Your Excellency. It is now my pleasure to invite the CEO of the Commission to make his citation.
Thank you very much, Chairman. Your Excellency, I would now like to read the citation by the Commission for University Education, read by the Secretary to the Commission for University Education. Whereas Sagret Educational Enterprises Limited wishes to establish Gretsa University, situated in Murang'a County in the Republic of Kenya, and whereas the said Gretsa University has applied to the Commission for University Education for the grant of charter to provide for the establishment, control, governance, and administration of the university, and for connected purposes in the manner prescribed by the Universities Act Cap 210 of the laws of Kenya, and whereas the Commission for University Education has visited and inspected the said institution and is satisfied that the objects of Gretsa University are consistent with the advancement of university education in Kenya, and whereas the Commission for University Education has submitted draft charter, the text whereof is annexed hereto, to the Cabinet Secretary, Ministry of Education on the said institution, and the Cabinet Secretary is satisfied that Gretsa University be granted the charter, Your Excellency, sir, it is now my very humble pleasure to invite you to read your citation and award the charter to Gretsa University. Welcome, Your Excellency.
Cabinet Secretary for Education has submitted the charter to me with recommendations thereon. And whereas I, William Samoei Ruto, President and Commander-in-Chief of the Kenya Defence Forces, am satisfied that the granting of the charter to Gretsa University will be of benefit to the advancement of university education in Kenya. Now whereof, by this presence, be it known that in exercise of the powers conferred upon me by Section 19 of the Universities Act, Cap 210 of the laws of Kenya, I, William Samoei Ruto, President and Commander-in-Chief of the Defense Forces of the Republic of Kenya, hereby grant the charter annexed hereto to Gretsa University on this 17th day of November in the year of the Lord 2025. Congratulations.
Your Excellency, sir, if you don't mind, I would like you to remain. You may take your seats. Because, Your Excellency, sir, we would like your assistance to transfer the instruments of authority. And with your permission, I would like to ask the Cabinet Secretary to stand on your right and to be joined by the Chairman, Commission for University Education. And may I also ask Commissioner Nyabiasi to join the team. On your left, sir, I would like to invite the sponsor, a representative of the sponsor, Dr. Margaret Mbugua. Stand on your left. May I also invite the chairman, BOT, Dr. Kibadi Mbugua, to join on her left. Allow me also, Your Excellency, to invite the chair of the council, Professor Francis Dungu Kibera. And I would also like to invite the Chancellor-designate, Mr. Charles Clason, and finally, Your Excellency, the Vice-Chancellor, Dr. Peter Karanja. May I also invite those who would like to assist us in receiving the instruments. Your Excellency, we would like to move the instrument beginning with the charter. So the charter is the legal document establishing the university. It contains everything about the university, the governance structures, their vision and mission. Congratulations. Must have been a long wait. Congratulations. And so that moves and will be given to the Vice Chancellor and will keep custody of that instrument. The next instrument, Your Excellency, is the maize. And Your Excellency, that maize is quite interesting. If you look at it, you will see a number of things like two people, a man and a woman, suggesting commitment to gender equity. You'll see some gear and levers suggesting technology. And you'll also see a stethoscope, for example, showing their commitment to science and technology. And that moves to the Vice Chancellor, who will then take custody of that particular instrument. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. And the next item is the logo, Your Excellency, has the same kind of symbolism, and this will be the means of identifying the university at a very short notice. You just look at it and you can see that commitment that we just talked about a little bit earlier. And that moves over from the sponsor to the chair the chair of the council, chancellor designate, and the vice chancellor, and that will be kept by the university. Your Excellency, the next instrument is the seal. And the seal is going to be the one that the university will use to seal their documents to make sure that everything that comes out of the university is authentic. And they will be using the seal to do that, and has passed over all the way to the Vice Chancellor, who will then keep that. And lastly, Your Excellency, we have the accreditation report. In that report, Your Excellency, there is our findings in the various visits that we have made to the university. The programs that we have accredited are in there, and even our recommendations for improvement are also there. And we are looking forward to that implementation. So this go all the way to the Vice Chancellor, who then will make sure that this is implemented. Thank you very much, Your Excellency. May I ask you to humbly take your seat? You may take your seat as well. Your Excellency, at this point I would have invited the Bishop to come and pray again for the instrument, but I believe that he did pray for the instrument at the beginning of the meeting. And I am sure that God understood that prayer, and we also do. So thank you very much. You did the prayer at that particular point in time. At this particular point in time, Your Excellency, allow me to invite the Vice Chancellor just to take this maize and lift it up nicely now, and then we can celebrate him. Vice Chancellor, if you would like to do that, please. Take the maize and just lift it to the people for purposes of celebration. Thank you very much. And now, Vice Chancellor, I think you can allow the maize to stand. That's okay. Your Excellency, I would now like to take this opportunity to invite the chairperson and the sponsor representative, Dr. Kibathi Mbugua, to make his remarks. Karibu.
Your Excellency, the President of the Republic of Kenya, Dr. William Samoei Ruto, distinguished members of your government, led by the Honorable Education Secretary, CS Julius Ogamba, all distinguished guests present, and all protocols observed. Today is a great honor and deep gratitude for us in Gretsa University. We gather to celebrate a historic milestone, the award of the University Charter, a moment that crowns nearly 2 decades of commitment and growth and faith in a shared vision. On behalf of the Board of Trustees, the University Council, the entire Gretsa University community, we wish to express our deepest appreciation to you, Your Excellency, and your government. Your visionary leadership and unwavering support for higher education continue to open new doors of opportunity for Kenyan youth and strengthen our foundation of our national development. When Gretsa University received the letter of interim authority almost 20 years ago, it was a call to serve. We accepted that call with humility and determination to provide quality education, foster innovation, and nurture ethical leadership. Today, we receive this charter from your hands. We are reminded that perseverance, partnership, and faith in God make all things possible. We also take this moment, Your Excellency, to honor our founding father, the late Dr. Samuel Mbugua Kibathi. His vision and courage led to the cornerstone of this institution. Though he is not here to witness this proud day, his dream lives on in every graduate, every classroom, every achievement we celebrate today. Your Excellency, we remain grateful to the Ministry of Education and the Commission on University Education for their steadfast guidance and partnership throughout this journey. Their support has been instrumental in shaping Gretsa University into the vibrant institution it is today. To our Vice-Chancellor, who was just here a few minutes ago, faculty and the staff, thank you for your dedication and service. To the students and alumni who are also represented here, you're the heartbeat of this university, the living proof that education reforms lives. And to my fellow trustees, I thank you for your steadfast leadership throughout these years. Your Excellency, allow me to make one humble request on behalf of the Board of Trustees who are here. As part of our continued growth, we would like to invite you in the near future to come to as a special guest to launch a construction project where we'll be teaching a multifaceted program in tourism and hospitality, one which is our foundational stones within Gretsa University. This facility will strengthen our capacity to train professionals who will advance Kenya's thriving tourism and services industry, a sector vital for our national economy and identity. Your Excellency, we thank you once again for your encouragement and partnership. We pledge our continued commitment to excellence, innovation, and alignment with the goals of our beloved Republic. Long live Gretsa University, long live the Republic of Kenya, long live the spirit of excellence. Thank you, Your Excellency. God bless you all.
Your Excellency, sir, I now invite the Cabinet Secretary for Education to offer his remarks, after which he will humbly invite Your Excellency to address the nation.
Thank you. Your Excellency, the President of the Republic of Kenya and Commander-in-Chief of the Defense Forces, Dr. William Samoei Ruto, the team from the Commission for University Education led by Professor James Onyango Owino, the Chair, Gretsa University Board of Trustees, Dr. Margaret Mbogwa, the Chancellor, Dr. Kibathi Mbogwa, the Chair of the Council, Professor Francis Kibira, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. Your Excellency, we're most grateful today that you found time out of your busy schedule to preside over this ceremony. This is a great honor not just for Gretsa University, but to the education sector as a whole. For Gretsa University, it marks a major milestone, as it means that the university has now satisfied all the requirements for grant of charter. It is a confirmation that the institution has demonstrated compliance with the rigorous standards set by the Commission for University Education, and its charter recognizes years of steady growth in teaching, research, and community service. Beyond the university, this also marks growth for the higher education sector in Kenya. The grant of charter to this institution marks yet another step in the expansion of access to higher education in Kenya. Our students and researchers now have increased choices in terms of institutions and programs of study. With a new status as a chartered university, Gretsa University will expand its academic menu, enhance its research capabilities, and continue to produce future-ready graduates in line with the aspirations of the bottom-up economic transformation agenda and Vision 2030. Your Excellency, the award of charter to Gretsa University also signifies the important role of the private sector in playing in our higher education sector in Kenya. Private universities have created more education and training opportunities for students, absorbed government-sponsored students, and introduced market-responsive programs. We will continue to work in partnership in order to build an effective and competitive higher education system in our country. One of the key ways by which Your Excellency's administration is doing this is by providing loans to private university students through the Higher Education Loans Board. Through the relevant agencies like the Commission for University Education, we work with both public and private universities to enhance quality and promote high standards in the subsector. Presently, we are also supporting our universities in developing programs that are aligned with the competency-based education and training as we prepare to admit the first cohort of CBET students in 2029. We have developed a draft national implementation roadmap to guide universities in this transition. We've already achieved key milestones, such as the alignment of teacher education programs with the competency-based education framework, and continue to build the capacity of universities' staff on CBE. Your Excellency, with these few remarks, it is now my distinct honor to welcome you to deliver your speech. I thank you and welcome.
Asante sana Waziri. Please, let's take our seats again. I understand and I know that this is a very proud moment, especially for the sponsors and the people who have guided the establishment of this university over a very long time. I think 15 years or thereabout is not yesterday. So again, from me, congratulations to all of you. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, today is a landmark occasion, not only for Gretsa University, but also for our nation's continuing journey towards excellence in higher education. Education is far more than the transmission of knowledge. It is the engine that shapes thinkers, innovators, leaders, and problem solvers who, in my opinion, will secure Kenya's future. In this mission, private universities occupy a very special and critical space. They widen access, introduce flexible and industry-aligned programs, and enrich the diversity and dynamism of our higher education ecosystem. Since welcoming its first cohort of degree students in 2006, Gretsa University has demonstrated steady and impressive growth in academic stature, the breadth of its programs, and in its contribution to national development. To date, the institution has hosted 13 graduation ceremonies and produced more than 8,500 graduates in degree, diploma, and certificate programs. These men and women are now distinguished contributors to Kenya and to the world, underscoring Gretsa's commitment to quality, relevance, and service. I remember that when I was Minister for Education in 2010, I think, among the issues that were on my table that time was, number one, the fact that many students had to wait for 2 years to be able to join university. And in the process of 2 years, many students compromised their journey in education. Many got married, others went to do other stuff, and it began to be a drain on our education system. And I remember I had to make the difficult decision then to orchestrate a double intake, which put a lot of strain on the resources that we had that time. But it had to be done. And I'm very proud that today, no student in Kenya has to wait for 2 years to join university, not even those who join Gretsa University. I remember then also that the second item that I had to deal with when I was Minister for Higher Education was the issue of technical education. We had a very difficult choice to make because it was always, technical education was considered secondary. Many people who joined polytechnics, TVETs, they were considered students who did not do very well. And therefore, it was even much more difficult, much more expensive rather, to go to a TVET college than the university, because while we supported university education with scholarships and subsidized the university education, technical education was not satisfied, was not subsidized. And therefore, again, I had to make the difficult decision then to align technical education with formal education. And again, there was a very big debate. I remember Professor Ogot, then he was Vice Chancellor of Moi University, writing a very long piece on the newspaper and saying how I was going the wrong direction and that I was trying to elevate plumbing and carpentry and all to the status of a university. But today, again, I'm very proud that we have all realized that STEM is the space where we are going to get the leadership of the future. That's where we're going to generate engineers, that's where we're going to generate the scientists of the future, and that's where we're going to generate all the people who will not only acquire knowledge, but apply that knowledge in a much more practical way. And that now Waziri has the easy task of progressing that. And I'm happy, Waziri, with what you're doing, progressing it now to more industry-based training. And today, I remember then we only had, I think, 13 technical training colleges. When I became Minister for Higher Education, we escalated that. And in the last, I think, 15 years, we have grown technical training colleges to now 254, I think. And we have moved the students. We have moved the students from almost 89,000 in 2013. Now we are at 700,000. We have actually, in the last 3 years, we've moved the number of students from 380,000 to now 700,000. Again, it builds into the whole space around education. We must be minded about access, affordability, relevance. You know, this is where I want to encourage the Gretsa leadership to keep the focus on accessibility, on relevance, because sometimes people teach for the sake of people getting degrees and papers. But we must also equally be focused on relevance so that education can help us solve the problems of now and figure out how we can do better into the future. This milestone, as I have said, aligns with the broader transformation of university education in Kenya. As of 2025, our country boasts 82 accredited universities, 45 public and 37 private. With today's ceremony, Gretsa becomes the 31st private university to receive a full charter, further reinforcing the central role private institutions play in expanding access and cultivating work-ready graduates. The word of this charter is, above all, a celebration of partnership, government and private sector working together to ensure high standards, broaden opportunities, and train graduates who contribute meaningfully to national progress. Gretsa University stands as a compelling evidence that collaboration delivers results. Congratulations to the sponsors of this great institution. I know it's quite a proud moment for you. In 2029, universities will admit the first cohort of competence-based education and training graduates. The government of Kenya is fully committed to ensuring that institutions, curricula, and faculty are ready. Universities must therefore embrace new pedagogies, practical learning models, staff retooling, and lifelong learning to make this transition successful. I say this again because when I was elected into office 3 years ago, we had another crisis in the education sector. We had 3 fundamental problems. Number 1, we had a chronic teacher shortage. Number 2, we had a competence-based curriculum that was misunderstood both by parents, by teachers, and by even learners. And number 3, we had a chronic problem on university funding, or higher education funding specifically. For those of you in this space, and I'm sure Kuria knows, many universities were technically insolvent. Actually, almost 23 universities were technically insolvent because the model of funding that we had adopted was not working. But you know, because education is a very sensitive space, nobody wanted to touch it. We all knew that something needs to be done. But everybody was apprehensive because education is very emotive. It's about parents and their children. And you know, all of us as parents, we are very protective about our children. So we had to navigate a very difficult path. But I am very confident today that 3 years down the line, we have straightened the CBC curriculum. We have brought the stakeholders on board. And in fact, we have transitioned from competence-based curriculum to competence-based education and training, what we now call CBET. There is now greater alignment, greater understanding from learners through teachers to parents. Number 2, we have more or less solved the problem of teacher shortage. In the last 3 years, by next month, we will have hired 100,000 teachers, again, to close the gap on teacher shortage. And we have invested more resources, working with members of parliament, working with development partners. We have built an extra 23,000 classrooms across. And my instructions to the ministry is that now we expand laboratories by another 1,600, is it, Julius? 1,600 laboratories, especially in schools that are in remote areas. It is not right that a student comes to do an exam in a laboratory for the first time they are entering a laboratory. So it is very important that we close the gaps in those spaces. And number 3, we have now changed the university funding model. Instead of focusing on the institutions, we decided to focus on the student. Now we have a student-focused university funding model so that we assess every student on the basis of merit and on the basis of ability. And therefore, it is not possible anymore to lock out any student. And we want to make it possible for all our learners to have equal access to university education. And I know Gretsa would have wanted the government to have some government-sponsored students. I think, I don't know whether you did have that in the past. But I don't have very good news for you. I have to straighten the space first because we overcommitted ourselves as government, and we actually brought a lot of trouble to many universities. I know one university that has to close down because government sent students to that university. They spent all the money they had to train and teach the students, and then government did not come through because we had limited resources. So we're trying to cut our cloth the size of what we can afford. So, but progressively, I know that we will, as we expand the space, we will find a partnership that will not undermine your ability to teach, but will also give us space to train more and teach more. I'm sure the experts in my team and all the other people in that space and the stakeholders will begin to imagine how are we going to do this. And I am very particular about the matter of education because as a country, the biggest asset we have is our human capital. It is bigger than any gold we can find. It is bigger than any minerals we can find. Our human capital. Today, many Kenyans may not know that the resources that we get from Kenyans working outside Kenya is upwards of $5.1 billion every year. That is in the region of almost 700 billion. It is higher than what we get from tea, what we get from coffee, what we get from horticulture, all of it combined. We still make more money from our human capital than from the export of any crop or any commodity. And that is why education becomes significantly important for us as a country. It is also the reason why I have deployed more resources into the education sector. This year, Ogamba, we are at 702 billion shillings. Yes, we have, because it is, many people may not know, but that is the biggest asset that we have as a country. And we are lucky that we have literally the best human capital you can find anywhere in the world. I have been to many countries, and I have spoken to many institutions. And Kenyan human capital is premier human capital. And I'm very proud of it. A week ago, 10 days ago, I was in Qatar, and the government there was saying, you see, we have Kenyans working for us here. They are outstanding, and we are offering another 13,000 positions for Kenyans to work in their country. I know many people look at it as brain drain. And in my very honest opinion, I think it's not brain drain, it is brain gain, because the more Kenyans work outside, the greater the exposure they have, and the more they bring back to our nation. The experience they get outside there, the knowledge they get outside there, the transfer of skills that comes as a result of Kenyans who work outside, the work ethic that comes with it informs what we do as a country. And much more importantly, it is a resource that we have as a country that we are happy to share with the global community. We are lucky that Kenyans speak some of the very best English in the whole world. I think there are Kenyans who speak better English than the English men and women themselves. Certainly, we speak better English than all African nations. If you listen to other people speak, I don't want to mention which ones, you will not know whether they're speaking English. And so, because we have a great human resource, we are proud to share with the rest of the world, and in the process, use it as an asset to develop our own country. This morning, I was having a conversation with companies that we have agreed with to build with us the road from Rironi to Mau Summit, which is starting in the next week or so. And the conversation I was having with them is on skills transfer. We are putting up the largest road infrastructure under a private-public partnership, the first, the largest in the Republic of Kenya. And we would want expertise that will help us in going into the future for us to be able to do this with our own human capital. You know, when I was Minister for Higher Education, many people thought plumbing is a job for, you know, people very down there. Until we built the SGR. You cannot believe it. We imported plumbers to come and do the SGR. Plumbers. Because plumbing, I discovered, was such a very high-skilled job that not everybody can do it. And yet, if you ask ordinary people here, they think plumbing is for the people who have not gone to school. You know? So there is a lot that we have to rethink as we drive our education system. And therefore, I want to encourage Gretsa University, as I do all our other universities and institutions of higher learning, to invest more in research to get us better professionals, to build, you know, partnerships and collaboration across the world so that we can up the knowledge that we transfer to our students, we can improve on our skills, and we can improve on our professional and all the other skills that we need. Ladies and gentlemen, I urge all universities to integrate artificial intelligence into their teaching, research, and institutional operations. I commend the Ministry of Education for developing a national oral policy that will guide structured, high-quality online learning across all our universities. Research and innovation must remain the foundation of our universities. Institutions must bridge the gap between theory and practice so that their graduates become job seekers, job creators, innovators, and central actors in Kenya's industrialization and economic growth. To the founders, Chancellor Kibathi Mbogwa, Vice Chancellor Peter Ndishu Karanja, and the entire leadership, staff, and students and alumni. Thank you for your dedication and integrity. Under Dr. Mbogwa's visionary leadership and Dr. Karanja's dynamic stewardship, Gretsa has upheld its promise of excellence, relevance, and service. To the students of Gretsa, and it's unfortunate, I'm told there is a graduation tomorrow. I wish I would have made it to the graduation, but I have now an invitation to come to one of the ceremonies, and I look forward to, were you serious about the invitation? You know, some of these invitations are formalities, just so that you look good, but you don't mean it. Yeah, you're serious, right? So if you're serious, I'm sure you will send a letter to me, and we will handle it. Simon here, Deputy Comptroller, comes from Moranga. You can even give him by hand when he's coming from home. So to the students of Gretsa University, seize every opportunity, learn with intention, nurture your talent, sharpen your curiosity, and prepare yourselves to lead, to innovate, and to solve the problems of the present and the future. Your education is the anchor upon which Kenya's future will stand. Strong universities build strong communities, strong industries, and a strong nation. By equipping learners with skills, values, and knowledge, institutions like Gretsa fuel our national transformation and enhance Kenya's competitiveness on the global stage. Congratulations to Gretsa University, to Mom here. I know she's very emotional about this moment. And I want to tell you, Mom, you now join the distinguished ranks of Kenya's fully chartered private universities, a testament of your vision, progress, and promise. May your future be defined by academic excellence, groundbreaking research, and graduates of character who will build our nation. Thank you very much, and congratulations again.
And those managing it now, are they capable? It's a question she poses, because it's only one Baba Raila Odinga who could manage it, and then there's a response from Oburu Oginga who says that it's Raila